Well, hey there, and welcome back. A recent study found that millennials are more likely to change careers. The average worker between ages of 25 and 34 only stays at a job for 3 years, those lazy bastards. And before you chalk it up to short attention spans, Kimberly Guilfoyle is here, and she knows a lot about shifting career gears with several stellar successes of her own, from professional model to LA Deputy District Attorney, and now the co-host of The Five on Fox News. Her new book describes that meteoric path, and it will also help you guide your own. Kimberly Guilfoyle, she is here. She is the author of Making the Case, How to Be Your Own Best Advocate. I love everything about it. Kimberly Guilfoyle, welcome.
And I love everything that begins with K.
That's right.
Kimberly,
yeah.
Keeping it real.
That's right.
Yeah, well, it's a pleasure to be here on your show, and thank you for having me. So, yes, this was a passion of mine. What is a way that I can give back? I've been through a lot. Make it personal. Do the reveal, and hopefully you can have an impact. And especially for those, young graduates coming out, times are tough. The economy is like shape-shifting all the time.
And people are shifting their careers.
And people are shifting their careers. And it's and a lot of times you have to kind of draw within yourself to say, I need to have the courage to take a chance. I mean, I just talked to a young man today that said that he was really struggling with making a career change because he's got a job that's good, he feels safe and settled, but he really wants to be a musician. So you see a lot of that, millennials moving around, and people in general in life, like moving and switching jobs. So you kind of have to tap into what you think is something that you feel passionate about, follow your bliss, and be courageous to kind of try something new. Especially, I think when you're young, you want to do that. But I'm not advocating just like, leapfrogging.
No, but you have an interesting system that I think could really help people. And, you talk about making the case. Make the case for yourself, because you said your dad, Tony, God rest his soul, would say to you, you can change my mind.
Right.
Make the case for it.
Absolutely. There were times that I had, decisions and things that I needed him to make, where would he give me permission to do something? And I had to put my thoughts, my facts, my arguments together. He said, go back to your room, figure out what you want to say, and then come to me and make your case. Don't ever be afraid of the no.
Yeah.
And that's what he taught me.
And you teach your son that as well.
I teach Ronan that too. Say, go ahead and make your case. Like, the answer may not be a yes. It's a pretty tough road if he's making a case for a motorcycle that he saw on Amazon. He's not going to get that at 8. But nevertheless, be fearless. Don't be afraid to ask. Be prepared. Know your self-worth, and pursue your dreams, because life is by far too short, especially also to stay in a job or a relationship or something like that that you're not happy with.
I know you were a great student in college before you went to law school, and I know you worked really hard. And modeling is a valid profession, and you said it taught you a lot. But did you imagine when you were there slogging it out, struggling, reading case after case after case, whether it was an undergrad or law school, did you imagine that you would be here in a dream job?
No, I really didn't, so that's, I knew that I wanted to do what I was doing, being a prosecutor, working very hard, being passionate for victims' rights, and being a voice for those that don't have a voice for themselves. Being an advocate for another person is, I think, one of the greatest things you can do in life for somebody, to help them achieve their goals, their dreams, or bring some kind of resolution to something that they might be going through. But it's interesting how life works, and there's chapters and there's doors that open. You have to be courageous to be able to go through those doors and take a chance, take a risk, like you've done, move across the country. I moved from San Francisco and Los Angeles all the way across the country to New York, where I didn't know anybody, to try a different career path altogether. After one of the high-profile cases, I tried a dog mauling case in San Francisco.
Yes,
national
I remember
attention.
that well.
Yeah, and then I got offers to come work in Well, what did I know about broadcasting, right? But I knew about how to be a legal analyst, so then I got in that way, and then I showed my range and my interest and my enthusiasm so that they gave me a chance.
What's harder, being a deputy district attorney or being a co-host of a live news show?
I would say being a deputy district attorney really takes some bumps here and there along the way, for sure, especially like working as a DA and assistant DA in LA too, trying cases that are very tough, homicide cases, career criminal, gang cases, sexual abuse, child abuse cases. That's very tough.
No, you've tackled it, and you're going to come back here. You're going to tackle more stuff. We're going to get rad.
We're going to get rad.
That's right. And everyone needs to read your book, Making the Case.
And maybe you can teach me how to surf. That's another thing I need to be courageous to do.
Absolutely. The summer has just begun, filled with possibilities. Thank you, Kimberly.
Thank you, my friend.
Indeed.